welcome to Confessions from a Pastor's Wife. My name is Crystal Cooper. I am the pastor's wife. Thank you for joining me. If you like the content of this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And you can also catch this episode on Apple and Spotify podcasts. So this week I want to talk about authority, the authority that Jesus has given to us by his death on the cross. What made me think about this topic was I was scrolling through TikTok, and there's this amazing thing that I found on there called Christian TikTok. So I've been able to see testimonies from various people, all walks of life, and just connecting with people who just have a love for God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, learning a bunch of stuff that I didn't know. And I came across this one video of a former Satanist turned believer. And he was talking about the authority that he had given to him by the devil. He would talk about how, they would go to the church, they would baptize children, same type of practices that Christianity has. And, but the one thing that caught me was he said that he could put a curse on regions, whether it be in his immediate vicinity, like his city or a town, or he believed that when he was asleep, he could take his spirit and transport it to another region to be cursed based on what he was told, like the directions from whoever. And it got me thinking. I was like, hang on a second, this person is walking around and operating in the authority given to him by Satan. Why am I not walking around in the authority given to me by Jesus? Jesus, who is more powerful than anything Satan can conjure up or whatever, And it really got me thinking. And I was wondering how many other Christians don't walk around with that authority. And it used to be that, the Satan and demons and that, they used to kind of be on the low. Like the Satanic Church used to be on the low. People didn't really talk about it. Hollywood, there was all these like underground clubs and stuff, and all these stories that would leak out years down the road, and just in pop culture. And even in music, it would be subtly in there, but the lyrics weren't so in your face. But now look at it. We've got major stars putting Satan in their lyrics, like ode to him kind of a deal. We have Grammy Award shows and other parades with satanic looking rituals. And everyone is just like, and the mockery of Jesus is getting more intense. It's getting more common. And so I'm thinking to myself, are we just supposed to sit back and take this? Like, yeah, we're supposed to have grace on our tongue, but where's the authority that we have? Why aren't we using it? We could pray over these people, over these cities that are overrun and operating with the devil. And so I just believe that we've forgotten it. I think that the world and everything in it, and we know that, this is the devil's playground. I think that he has really made us forget. He's also made us forget that, our connection with God. He's trying to distract us from our connection with God. He's trying to make sure that we think that the authority that we have isn't real, or that he can take it, which isn't true. All of those things are false. And so I really want to talk about it. So in Luke chapter 10, verse 19, this is what Jesus says. Look, I have given you authority over all the power of the enemy, and you can walk among snakes and scorpions and crush them. Nothing will injure you. And then in verse 20, he says, but don't rejoice because evil spirits obey you. Rejoice because your names are registered in heaven. If you believe in Jesus, that he died on the cross for you and that he rose again and he beat the enemy, you're saved. And that salvation that is given to you, it comes with authority. So why are we tiptoeing around these evil forces, It's so amazing when you actually start to operate in the authority and knowing that, It's the unseen realm that is causing the problems in some cases. If someone comes at you, if I have an argument at work or someone is upset with me, I can look at the situation and not the person, where before I used to look at the person and judge them real negatively. And now I don't do that anymore. I start to think, what's going on in their life to make me be the one that they've unleashed on, and then I don't have to tell them that I'm praying for them, but I want to pray that situation off of them. And it just changes the whole dynamic. It changes the atmosphere because you're not looking at the person and ready to fight. You're sitting back and you're just like, oh, I feel really sad that you're going through something to make you act this way. Because, especially if it's normally a person who wouldn't act that way, that there's something wrong. You don't necessarily need to ask if you're not close, but just pray for that person. Pray whatever is on them, pray it off of them. You have that authority. You have the authority that if you're feeling sick, you can pray over your body and say, no, I don't accept this sickness. I want my body to align, and you ask God to help you with that. If you have been in a few car wrecks, or if you're having car troubles and you just can't seem to make, certain cars work, if you have a tight budget and you're constantly getting these kind of lemon type cars, pray over your car. Pray over the working parts of your car, the non-working parts of your car. Pray bumper to bumper that nothing will hit you. Protect yourself before you leave for the day. These are things that we can do, that we have the authority and can pray over. And so, like I said, distractions. This is something that the enemy is really, really good with. He is going to distract you. Number one, it's not popular to live this way, to live supernaturally. It's not popular to say that you're a Christian. And at this point, are you really going to sacrifice your popularity for eternity? Would you rather be popular, or would you rather have your name registered in heaven and enjoy eternity in paradise instead of being tortured? At this point, I don't really care for my popularity. I'm going to be who I am and unapologetically me. And this is what you get, so I'm not going to let the world define me or keep me from doing what I know I'm supposed to, what God has told me to do. And someone who has that authority, they're not going to be easily shaken, and I'm telling you right now, I'm starting to operate like that. And I feel free from all of the burdens of the world. I feel free. I started stressing about finances, and then I thought about it. I was like, no, God is going to provide for me. I'm not going to stress over this. I'm going to pray into my situation and ask God for help and direction to maybe improve, but I'm not going to stress about it anymore. I'm not going to stress about my job. I'm not going to stress about my relationship with my husband, my children, anything that goes wrong. I'm going to ask God for help. I'm going to protect my kids, my household. I pray over them all of the time. My prayer life is quite full, and just recently now I'm starting to kind of look at the situation with relationships, if there's like with my son Ethan. And I'm starting to take the authority back by saying, you know what, Satan, he's not yours. He does not belong to you. He belongs to me and to my God, and you won't get to him. And it just feels so empowering to just, think of Satan and look at him essentially and just be like, not today. You don't win. Sorry about your luck. And it's not like an arrogance or anything, but the authority of Jesus in me, wow, that is powerful. And this person on TikTok really showed me that. So I want to show you that. Make sure that as a Christian, you're walking around with that authority. Pray over your house, like I said. Pray over your bloodlines. Pray over your friends. Bind them, just a prayer, just saying, Satan, this isn't yours. You don't get to touch this. You don't get to infiltrate here. I block you from doing that in the name of Jesus. And I'm telling you, it's going to change how you walk around the world. It's going to change how you operate in the world. Because we're supposed to be living here and enjoying it here, but we're not supposed to make our home here. This is just a layover until we get to heaven. Don't get comfy here. And the devil's also going to throw materialistic stuff at you, real life, and you just have to be able to see through it. It was funny, my husband and I, we were talking on the porch, and he was talking about his sermon, and this is how we really connect, is talking about the things of God. And we're outside, and I'm looking around as I'm listening, and I see a woodpecker. And I'm like, oh, look at the woodpecker. Because it's not something that we see all the time, you know. It was really cute. And then I looked at him and I was like, we were just distracted. You know, simple as that. We were distracted. But at the same time, you know, we could say, thank you, God. Like, that was a gorgeous bird that we saw and you created it. So you can also flip it around, that distraction, by saying, well, nice try, but thanks God for creating that. Like, I'm not saying that the woodpecker came from the enemy, but we were distracted. So who's to say where it came from? And so we need to draw the line in the sand and say, Satan, you can't have this. And I think what's more is we need to mean it with all the fiber in your being. No, Satan, not today. I hope that that's coming across, because I feel really empowered by saying that. And so another way to combat, I had some good things like prayer life. Taking every thought captive, making it obedient to God, because your imagination can run rampant and it's not always bad. There's some negative things that can sink in. And a lot of times those negative things can be brought on by what you're feeding yourself. So what are you looking at on your social media? What accounts are you following? What are you looking at on TikTok, Instagram, all of these things? What TV shows are you watching? Movies? What music are you listening to? There's lots of lyrics out there, music with really catchy tunes. But if you look at the lyrics, they're full of like Satan stuff and disparaging to women. And it's just not something that you should align yourself with. And so you really got to guard every aspect of yourself, your eyes, your ears, your mouth, your heart, all of that, your mind, guard it all, you know, and ask Jesus every day, how help me through this. If you struggle with it, wake up in the morning. A lot of people wake up and do their gratitudes. That's a great place to start, but thank Jesus for it. Thank God for it. Ask the Holy Spirit to help you discern behaviors if you're having problems in your relationships, whether it be at work or personal. If you believe in Jesus, the Holy Spirit is within you, and you will discern. You just have to tap into it. You have to tap into the things that are inside you because Jesus gave it to you. So, you know, by allowing yourself to be distracted by the things of the world, you're giving the enemy the power to say that that you yourself don't have the authority that Jesus died and gave to you. And that's wrong. And we can't fall for the lie. You know, Satan and his army, they're trying really hard to turn as many people against God as possible. And I feel like they are going rampant right now because they know the end is coming. So they are putting everything into it, which is why we're seeing so much. You can't tell me that this isn't end times. I know every generation has said it, but there's a lot falling in line. So I really feel like Satan and his army, they are really pushing forward. And you think that the demons are safe? No. If they don't accomplish... The Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis, I will say, is some book that everyone should read as a Christian. I've talked about it before and I'll probably talk about it again. It's demons who are in control of people and they're writing letters to each other. One's not as experienced as the other, and he's giving advice and they're giving updates on their patient that they're controlling. And I really feel like if the demon loses a person to their enemy, which is God, Satan's not going to be happy with that demon. Satan hates everything. He probably even hates he hates himself and he hates his army, even though they're doing good things for him. They're not going to get scot-free if they don't do what he wants, if that person isn't going to be doomed like he is, you know? So I really feel like they're going full tilt because they know if they don't do it, you know, Satan's going to be mad. And you don't want to make him mad if you're one of his minions, right? So I just feel like we really need to just look Satan square in the face and just say no. Take your authority back. It's not gone. It's not gone missing. He can't take it from you. You just have to remember that you have it. I was really excited to talk to you guys about this today because I can tell you so many times I feel so free walking around in that authority with that power. I just feel untouchable, and I just feel like my kids are protected fully, like all of my kids, all of my family, you know? So I really hope that this message is encouraging for you. If you know anybody who could use it, please share the YouTube channel and through the podcast. I really appreciate all of your support. Join me again next Thursday at 7 o'clock for Confessions from a Pastor's Wife.